Hi, Kathleen here, Wrinkles and Giggles. You know, when you find that holy grail and you see a product that you've wanted, and now instead of 200, it's only 50, maybe $60, and you make a purchase. Be careful. Just like counterfeit handbags, there's counterfeit skincare products, and you don't want to be putting just anything on your face. Trust the site. Look at the reviews of other people that have used that site. How long has that site been around? Also, the most important thing is probably go to the site itself. If you're buying a Skin Medica product, go to the skinmedica.com. They usually have great sales. Buying on Amazon, trust who you're buying from. Remember, age old rule, you get what you pay for. Don't be too hasty. So this has been happening for some time, fake skincare products. But I think a lot of people just don't realize that just like handbags with almost looking perfect, where most of us could not tell it wasn't a real Chanel or a Prada or a Louis Vuitton, same thing with skincare products. They can come in the same box almost and the same container, and you think you've gotten a great deal. The problem is you're not just carrying it around, you're putting it on your face. So be careful where you buy from. I've looked up some real examples of this, and it does happen and continues to happen. Sometimes, even in drugstores, they get duped as well. So make sure that you get good reviews of people buying where they're buying from and check the websites. Okay, it's kind of hard to do that, right? But don't go to a random site. And if you go to somebody that's maybe in their own little business and the price is too good to be true, it probably is. They might have gotten it with full honesty, thinking that they just got a good deal off a company and now they're going to sell it to you. You don't know what you're putting on your face. Case in point, here is one of the first examples. The snail mucin, that the gel that went pretty much viral, and you can buy it on Amazon, is a real company. It's called Cause RX, and it has a snail mucin that is really lovely on the skin, and you wake up looking refreshed. Sure enough, it got so viral that companies come out and make fake ones. At one point, the company had to answer questions about why their products are so different. The real one has a thicker consistency and kind of gooey that you put on your skin, but it does wonders for the skin. I even bought some. The fake ones at a real inexpensive price was watery, and nobody really knew what it consisted of. Once a product goes viral, all sorts of companies make cheaper versions and sell it to you. The problem is it goes on your skin and you want to be very, very careful. Another one that came into play was the fake Jergens lotion. And I had heard about this one. Jergens is a very popular lotion, especially the one for healing. But because other countries, and I'm not sure where they came from, know that the Jergens is so popular, they made fake versions. Some people are even getting their skin burned by buying fake versions. Again, where did you get it? Make sure you know where you're getting it. If it's $2, $5, $10, is it the real deal? And you'll look at the bottle, look at the packaging, and if you know your product line and you've gotten it in a reputable place before, you'll get used to how it looks. Just like the handbags, it may be a little off. So check your product thoroughly. This can certainly help. Smell the product before you put it on your skin. I know, I couldn't believe it either, but I try to tell people this really happens, especially when they tell me in the place where I work in our practice that no, they don't want to spend the $200 for this one growth factor serum. They found one place that sold the same thing that was only $100. So it may not be super cheap, but it's cheaper. and they think they're buying the real thing. And I tell them, no place is going to sell it for that, because where did they get it? Is it old? How did they get it that low? Here's another thing. A lot of places will open up the bottles after use or make a fake bottle and put other creams in it. Maybe it's just a pure moisturizer, and people think they're getting a growth factor valued at over $200. Nope. They get some cream and maybe they're happy with it, but it's not doing its job. Worst, it can irritate, rash, or burn the skin. And that's why I want to be serious. Trust the site, look at the reviews of the site, and do your best. And again, just age-old rule. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Or buy it someplace that if you feel it's not the right thing, then you can easily take it back. And those are some stores that, like the Ulta and Sephora, that usually gets fresh shipments all the time, just like doctor's offices do, and estheticians on their own, and maybe your local store, and ask them where they get it. But again, check it out. Don't ever assume. I know it's a lot to think about, but I don't want you to get hurt, and I want you to buy the real thing. And some of these are costly, but here on the channel, I'll give you alternatives as to a less expensive. So not a counterfeit, but a less expensive that may do somewhat the job of that real expensive product. But sometimes they're really powerful and they're even more concentrated, but I'll always let you know. So I hope this helps. And because I want you to stay as beautiful as you are, and I just don't want anything like that to happen. So there's always light at the end of the tunnel, but a lot of people do not know this, and they're shocked when I tell them at work. But when I tell them about the handbags, then they get it. They say, oh, I see what you mean, because they know somebody that's bought a handbag that looks just like it and nobody will ever know. But it doesn't wear well. It doesn't last. It may not snap or zip in well. You know the drill. But thanks, and I hope this helps. And if you have any stories, put them below, because we want everyone to know about this and be careful. And of course, like always, thank you for liking and subscribing. And come back often. We've got lots to talk about. Stay fabulous, my friends.